the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Good morning, everybody. Whoa, 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 whoa. It is Wednesday. Question and answering, chat and chill kind of day.
Yeah.
Mugenfool, who like makes noise in his mic.
Sorry.
We got Hillbilly trying to be a Sith Lord over there.
Beware of the dark side.
Keep your pants on. Keep your pants on. No one wants to see the dark side of the moon.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. I can already tell.
Oh, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show with the flow. We got you going on. We got kjcowboydan, Hellwheeler, mugenfool, and Hillbilly chilling out with the tortoise here today on Wednesday, Q&A, random day. Whatever day it is. It is a good day of the week. Hope it's wonderful. Hope the weather's doing good where you're at.
It raining.
It was raining here.
So I just wanted to say, since it's Q&A question day, have you seen the new Fortnite commercial for Star Wars Fortnite?
No,
I have not.
All right.
I haven't even seen the Ninja Turtles one.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you something. They may have done something that may think that Star Wars is going to canonize Sith Jar Jar.
Sith Jar Jar.
Yeah, they completely reference it in the Star Wars Fortnite. They reference the meme completely in the Star Wars Fortnite commercial, and they have Sith Jar Jar, and he says, "You're so rude." And I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're definitely going to try to find some way to canonize Sith Jar Jar.
Sith Jar Jar. That's right. Well, that was going to be part of the storyline, but they canceled it because Jar Jar made such a commotion to the community that people didn't accept it very well. They thought
Jar Jar was supposed to be the C3PO R2D2 all in one. He was the comic relief.
Mm-hmm. Right, but he's supposed to have an evil twist. He was.
Evil twist. He didn't even need one. He gave the Emperor the entire galaxy in one vote. Just saying.
Just saying.
He didn't need to be a Sith Lord. He being the worst idiot in the world, just handed the Empire a galaxy.
Wow.
Just saying.
Need to be, but maybe he wanted to be.
That's right.
Okay? Maybe for becoming a Sith Lord, that will give him credit. It will give him respect. People will no longer look down on Jar Jar.
That's right.
He's
the
just
guy who can eat apples with his tongue.
You can live in hope.
He wouldn't know, but they could have made him Darth Gundam just to go, okay, yeah, we're gonna send you over here. Even the Gungans didn't want you. They sent you to the Sith. we can't handle you. We're going to give you a laser butter knife and send you to this private planet by yourself.
Laser butter knife.
See, speaking of Jar Jar, real quick, you remember that one candy stick they had back when the first episode released? That was like, it was Jar Jar, and if you push a button, Jar Jar's head would open, and his tongue would be like a candy piece.
Yeah, it was like one of the fancy little push pop type things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, really quick. Let's say hello to people in chat. We got 2 people in chat. We got Lone Wolf. What's up, Lone Wolf? And on top of that, coming from the 5th dimension, opening portals from multiverse to multiverse, we got MetaMonk.
MetaMonk.
That's right. MetaMonk, what's up? And MetaMonk says Jar Jar was a critical part of the help to establish the clone army and help save Grogu.
Interesting.
Well, and also the actor who played Jar Jar, ironically, played a Jedi who saved Grogu.
Huh.
Nice.
Yes. So, I mean, kinetically, storyline's accurate. And also, that actor came back again, which is funny because that actor was in a kind of like kids, one of those contest things, like where you want to be a Jedi. And he like, it was like trivia questions on Star Wars. And he played a Jedi.
He played a Jedi.
They canonized the character from this game show.
Mm-hmm. I know what goes to my head is my, that Anakin guy. Maybe Vader sometime later.
Oh, yes. It's a Weird House parody.
That's right.
Good parody.
People hated me in 2001 for playing that over and over and over again. Just saying.
Look, we got Lulu. Lulu. Hey, Lulu. Welcome to the show.
I managed
Lulu
to say that,
Sky.
like 2 seconds before I managed to hit the enter on the sending of the Lulu message.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get it before they've noticed. Oh, darn.
Hey, you know, and if you recall my Star Wars reference from for the May 4th, I said Lulu Skywalker. So that kind of falls twice today. I'm going to use that joke again. Pretend I thought of something funny and original and said that. Now, editors, make sure that you edit that so that way it's perfect and I didn't say pretend that. And edit that part too.
That's right. All right. Well, if you guys have questions you want to ask us, today's the perfect day to do that. It's Q&A Wednesday, but also a chat and chill. We're going to have fun. We're talking about stuff. Talk about Star Wars, and my knowledge is like 3% compared to everybody else's.
Mine's only 1%.
Oh, no, if we tweak it, so instead of it's wars, we're talking about Trek, we might be a bit better.
Why don't we just talk about Doctor Who instead?
Because
All
I don't want to
that,
get
that
lost
also
in time.
works. As long as there's none of that weird new stuff.
Well,
We
I
won't
actually
count that
like
as Doctor Who.
I actually like the new one of the episodes of Doctor Who that had that like living cartoon character, Mr. Ringading. That was a
Is
good.
that one of the Disney ones? Because
Yes.
I've ignored Disney. Disney
The
doesn't
cartoon
exist.
character comes to life. He's kind of a villain. He pops out of the movie screen, and people start disappearing from the movies. And Doctor Who has to confront a cartoon character.
Oh, wow.
Which is also
Yeah,
one of Doctor Who gods, like the Trickster and Maestro. So he's along those lines of powerful.
Yeah, I only watch BBC Doctor Who. None of
Yeah.
this Disney Doctor Who because I don't know what you're doing with it, but you're not Doctor Who. Doctor Who was born and bred British, and it's a BBC thing. That's
Well,
the Doctor
they got a
Who
Brit
I
playing
watch
it.
and I love.
They got a Brit still. It's still a Brit playing the Doctor.
Yes, but the Doctor is controlled by the mouse, so
Fair enough.
The house.
it's not quite the
mouse.
same, Doctor.
MICKEYMOUSE. The
I mean,
mouth.
they are coming out with supposed to be coming out with some new episodes of Doctor Who on Disney.
Mhm.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get your discount on Disney Plus, all you have to do is use code Tortoise at checkout.
Oh yeah, totally. That is a very viable discount code. No, I'm kidding. It's
It
not.
won't work, but you can always try.
Man Monk says, "Best doctor, go."
Okay,
Well-
Dr. Oz.
Okay, that is true. He didn't specify best Doctor Who,
He's like, I said
so
the bar
that
too
could
low.
give you any. And
Yeah, I
the
set the
ninth
bar
is a
too
very
low.
good one.
His opinion is the ninth doctor.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is that era, the ninth from Christopher Eccleston, which was a really, he brought Doctor Who back, so he was a really good Doctor. And then David Tennant, Matt Smith, those sort of era up until like Peter Eccleston, that was like my prime Doctor Who. I really want to watch some of the older stuff with things like I can't think of the names now. This is terrible. The one with the scarf.
That's the one. That's what my second
This is how well
favorite.
my
That's my
brain's
number
doing.
two.
Tom Baker.
What-
Tom Baker.
Yeah,
That's
Tom
it.
Baker. One with the scarf is my number. Is my number two.
So, I mean, I'd
David
love
Tennant's
to be
my
able to
number
watch
one.
some of them. Same with like John Pewty and things. But trying to find some of the older Doctor Who's is a lot harder. But yeah, I agree with you there, Man Among. The Christopher Eccleston sort of David Tennant era it was certainly of the newer ones was
Man Monk also
tops.
says the fourth doctor. Woo woo.
Which was Tom Baker, wasn't it? Fourth.
And we got Backwoods Collector. Backwoods. Planting those trees so you don't have to.
Backwoods.
That's right. Ooh, but like, man, I don't know anything about the doctor. I guess the coolest character on the show is the cosmic screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
Is that-
I don't really know the names of the doctors, but I would love to be able to go back and watch from the beginning of Doctor Who.
Mhm.
That'd be a lot of episodes to watch, though.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of episodes,
It's definitely be binge worthy for a
but
few
it
days.
would be it'd be worth binge worthy watching it.
Yeah.
Although a lot of them are in black and white.
Well, let me tell you, missed opportunity. None of the doctors were Ian McKellen.
Yep.
That'd
That
be
is very true.
interesting. That
I'm
would be
very sad.
interesting. You know, I would be very interested in seeing Ian McKellen playing a variant of the Doctor.
Mhm.
I mean, what kind of personality do we think a Ian McKellen Doctor Who would have?
Well,
'Cause
he'd
each
be
of the
the
Doctors have the slight different personality.
right. They have a different personality. They have a different personality trait. Yeah, Ian McKellen, who has a very wizardly characteristic about him, which is why he was great as Gandalf.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
And he is a
So you're thinking it's gonna be like-
European actor.
Do you think it'd be like a mix between sort of a Doctor Who and a Gandalf? Sort of combine the two.
Something
I
like
think
A
it'd
that.
be
Yeah.
Gandalf
some-
Who.
Yeah, definitely like either first generation or early second generation Doctor mixed in with probably right before David Tennant.
Mhm.
You know,
And I've seen Ian McKellen be funny, and I do think he has aspects that he could be a fun doctor.
oh yeah.
The only issue is they probably can't afford him for a TV show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Well, I don't know. The mouse has got it now, so maybe.
Probably
yeah.
good,
He
yeah.
probably certainly couldn't, but
All right, so I looked into this. Technically, the mouse has broadcasting rights and publishing rights.
Right?
Ooh.
The
Minimum.
BBC still has televised rights.
Man amongst says I throw a bit of Magneto in the mix. No, I was actually about to bring that up. That Ian McKellen's going to be in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
cool.
You know, I'm looking forward to Avengers Doomsday.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Do you know the original what's that was one of the Avengers film that was supposed to come out, the Krang or King or Krang, The blue villain was supposed to come out
Mm.
this month, but since that whole controversy went
Did you
down,
see about this one? Did you see about this one right here? This whole thing right here.
How did I
Yeah.
know that was going to come up?
You know, apparently, and then now this is I just found this out not too long ago on Twitter, right? That apparently Jesse Hellwheeler has been officially confirmed to star in Avengers Doomsday.
Mhm.
What is the odds of that? Seriously,
Oh,
she's on the show with us right now.
That explains the wheelchair at the end of the line when they were doing the chair previews, like who's going to be in the film.
Yeah, I couldn't explain that either until now. You know, it makes more
Right.
sense.
Right, and at the end, he saw the chair and it said Wheeler. And I'm like, who's Wheeler? Now I get it.
Yeah. Remember, we keep on putting it out there, and we're gonna be able to see that Jesse Hellwheeler Avengers crossover that we're looking for.
and if I had editing skills, like movie editing skills, I just edit her into it.
She's the one who gives the final blow to the villain. So you
Yeah.
can't
Of
say
course.
she won.
Of course, none of these superheroes are getting the final blow in. It's me, the ordinary person in a wheelchair.
That's right.
Every time I pop that up, she's like, "How did I know that was coming?"
A man amongst says maybe with Disney's backing, we might see a Who movie. A Who movie, like the Grinch who stole Christmas in Whoville.
I think you mean a Doctor Who movie.
A Doctor Who movie.
I mean, just watch the old episodes. There's like 5 episodes to make one story up. So just watch them back to back, and you essentially got a movie anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Man amongst says I wasn't going in to see it, but now I'm ready to camp out for tickets. That's right. But I know what you're talking about. This is funny because it's open. The comment was open. Like, can you imagine a Doctor Who episode where they actually go to Whoville?
Oh, hey, well, you know, it turned into from him being just a Time Lord to being a Lord of Time and Space. So, why not? You know,
Right? Look, that's one that could work. Like Doctor Who meets Dr. Seuss. You know,
Doctor Who's.
Doctor Who's here?
Now, can you imagine an episode of Doctor Who written like a Dr. Seuss book with all the weird rhyming and timing? And
I actually can. I can imagine.
Yeah,
that.
I can imagine that.
There was just like every other television situation comedy of sorts. There was a musical episode as well.
Right.
You know, of Doctor Who. Might have been more than that. And now that Disney has it, you guarantee that there's probably going to be another musical episode of Doctor Who.
Right.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like they make a whole episode of Doctor Who in the Disney film where they revitalize the House of Mouse Club, so they have an excuse to propaganda that and make some money.
Hey. Vunicello was the best Mouseketeer ever.
One thing I don't like about Disney, though, is when they do these series on these shows, you only maybe get, 8 episodes, and that's it.
Yeah, but you know what's been nice lately, as of late, I should say, with the shorter series, they've been putting more quality than quantity out.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at Daredevil. That show's rocking it.
Now. Yeah. And I'm happy with the direction they went with it, even though they killed off Foggy Nelson before they killed off Karen Page. I
haven't finished the series yet.
Oh, well, it's
whoops.
beginning of the movie. Karen Page hasn't died in this Daredevil. If you've already started the series, I'm sorry, I blew that. Spoiler. Rewind. Spoiler. Editor, put this word before what I just said.
The last episode we watched, he went to save the girl from the painter guy, and the painter guy escaped. And that's
then you've already seen it. You've already seen Foggy Nelson die.
Yeah, he died at the beginning.
He died in like first 2 minutes of the thing. Spoiler. Editor, add spoiler to that. Your editor is going to be charging you a lot of money for every edit I make him do today.
Yeah, I done watched all of Daredevil.
I am, because like this last episode we watched was the series showing you the difference between the evolution of the characters Kingpin and Daredevil and how they're supplanting their characters in the story.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that they keep going with this, and I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to do another Defenders series. I kind of want like them to bring Jessica Jones back, you know, and I enjoyed the Jessica Jones series, especially season 1 when she was dealing with David Tennant as the Purple Man. You know, oh man, great series.
You know, it's rough, and I don't know the full story behind it, but apparently, Hawkeye, the guy who played Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner,
Right?
declined the role to redo the series of Hawkeye.
Oh man,
No.
Because apparently, from what I've read, I don't know if it's a trustful source, is that they offered him half the salary they did for the first season.
Yeah, they offered half the salary than they did for the first season. It'd be more airtime than even in a movie, which he would have still gotten even. And so he's reserving the opportunity. Plus, what they're trying to do is they're having him hand over the role to the girl Hawkeye character, because
So that does sound a little backwards. You get paid X amount for the first season, and the second season you get paid less. But then if they're trying to cut him out and hand him over, then I guess that makes sense.
He'll still play a version of Hawkeye. There's even the chance of Ronan coming back, because I mean, in the comic books, they kill him off, you know, and then he's replaced by live model decoy, which is virtually what they turned Coulson into for Avengers, the Shield show.
Right. Yeah, right.
Live model decoy. So that's initially what happens, and the live model decoy trains girl Hawkeye, and she becomes a member of the Young Avengers.
Right.
At least that's one storyline, one of the universes that has the Young Avengers in it.
Look, Jeremy Renner makes a really good Hawkeye, and he did good in the first series, that little Christmas series they did with him and the girl.
Yeah,
you know, so they need to like, and I wanted to see more Jeremy Renner as a Hawkeye, because as a standalone character, he did an awesome job. Like when he's with the Avengers, you know, he's just shooting an arrow, and that's his like most powerful effect. But when they put him in like a situation where it's just him trying to do his thing, he does really good, and it was a really entertaining story. I hope to see a little more of that.
I was kind of the same way. I like that. You know, I was disappointed in one thing though, because Hawkeye is like a good majority of his storyline and his solo comics is him dealing with his life with his wife that we met a couple of times in the movies. And she really wasn't given a big enough role. We find out that she's a retired agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but there's more to it, especially in the Avengers storylines. And so like kind of like sad that they didn't go further into her.
Right.
You know, instead they just chose it to start their handoff to the new Hawkeye.
But yeah, like I want to see Jeremy Renner come back. Hope they pay him enough, and I want to see them, like if they even discard his character from the show, I want to see like an honorable, fun way to do it. You know?
Oh yeah.
It kind of sounds like, you know, they've got all these good actors, and these actors have grown obviously as the series and things have gone on, and now they're realizing these actors cost a lot to have. Well, let's just try and find a way to get rid of them and restart it back on somebody else.
Well, in a way, they're kind of stuck at a moment, because half the actors that they got have been working for Disney for over 10 years, and they're making ridiculous amounts of money now because 10-year raises, contracts, whatever, how it works. I mean,
Well, I know you're going to have a lot of fans that would be upset if Jeremy Renner doesn't return to the series.
Right.
Here's one reason. The main reason why fans would be upset if Jeremy Renner doesn't return to the series, for whether it be to the TV series or to the Marvel Universe, is because that Jeremy Renner has been in the Marvel Universe longer than any other character as Hawkeye.
That's
since
right.
Thor, when he
That's
was
right.
introduced.
I was about to bring up Thor because he was a shadow on Thor, like just one of the regular guards.
He's had while he doesn't have as much. Well, actually, he has more airtime than also the others, minus now Falcon and Winter Soldier, who've aired and amassed about almost as much airtime now because of their TV series and movie time. But Jeremy Renner's gone back furthest since Thor, and been in the most stuff.
I mean, I was sad that they didn't do anything with Black Widow before, Endgame. Like, it just seemed they were all talking about, oh yeah, we'll do this person's series, this person can get a series, this can get a series, and then they do it after the events of the movie, and at that point, I'm like,
that kind of kills it. That kind of kills the mood because, like,
do it before you kill the character.
So, like I watched the Black Widow series. No, well, I didn't watch Black Widow series, but I know the Black Widow movies are out there.
Right.
I've seen one of them.
Yeah, the one movie, and then.
But it doesn't matter if you watch it because at the end they're going to live because it's a prequel to whatever show.
I just never bothered looking at them because what was the point? I know the conclusion of the story. This is something I kind of wanted before we got to the conclusion. I'm sure I'm interested in the Black Widow story because she is one of the few superheroes that aren't actually a superhero. She is just pure trained.
All right. But I get you, and I respect that. Now, think about it this way. You are buying comic books, and we're going to treat these movies like comic books. Right. And there's always in up to 30 pages with 9 panels each. Trying to tell a huge story like that, they're going to leave out a lot of information, and a lot of fanboys like me are like, well, what happened between this and that?
No, there's a lot of times there's a lot of different movies Marvel can make that could do that. Right. I mean, like how much stuff happens between the Avengers movies that we don't see that we just gotta accept. Like the weirdest one to watch was the Age of Ultron, because there we had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they're like, maybe we should incorporate some stuff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. here. Then after they did that, they're like, that's not going to work, so let's scrap that project. And now
they retconned Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., didn't they? That now isn't actually kind of part of canon or something. Because
it's a mix. It's really tough. It's they cherry pick what they want, put it in the film, and they decanonize certain things that happen. Right?
I know they didn't like the idea of bringing Carson back. That it was better as he died for this purpose to bring inspiration.
Right. There is the look at it this way, right? The whole bringing Carson back did hurt the overall point. If you look at it in the moment, all right, it hurt the overall point. They shouldn't have killed Carson off in the first place. He's one of the longest running members of S.H.I.E.L.D. other than Nick Fury. In the comic book line, the fact that they killed him off was a bad idea because he's crucial to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. storylines, even in the comic books. While in the comic books, everybody has to die and come back to life. That's another thing as well. So it made it a little bit more believable. But most of the people who complain about killing off a crucial character for a point and then bringing them back, obviously don't read comic books because that happens like all the time.
Well, it used to happen in cartoons all the time, like you thought I was dead, you thought I was gone, now I'm here.
It happens in soap operas and like 40-year-old women watch it. You know,
Right.
I can't tell you how many times like I watch Days of Our Lives and I'm like, hold on, Stefano DiMero's back alive.
Wait. You watch soap operas?
What?
You watch soap operas?
Who be talking to here?
KJ.
Mugen, you watch soap operas? Can't believe it.
Okay. I blame my grandma for this one. But I do watch Young and Restless on occasion.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's not. I mean, why does everybody get upset at the trope if a comic book movie does what a comic book movie should do, and nobody gets upset at the trope when like those soap operas and like every other TV show does the same thing. How many times did somebody come back to life on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Buffy was killed off 5 times.
Well,
You
Oh,
know?
aren't we exaggerating a little bit? I thought it was nearer the 3.
well, look,
Although, if I think about it, it might be nearer the 5.
like,
She certainly
like,
died more than she was meant to.
She got killed off almost every other season. She was on for 7 seasons.
look. I know for a fact there are diehard fans for soap operas. My stepmom lives and breathes soap operas during the day, right?
Right.
Marvel fans are the same way with Marvel movies as these people are with soap operas, right?
Right.
And the difference between a soap opera and a Marvel movie is a soap opera continues its continuity from point A to point B. With the Marvel continuity, they're like, here's this movie A, movie B, movie C, series D, and it's like connect all the dots, put it all together, and you'll understand the full story. I mean, come on. Like,
I was just looking through the chat and I missed Man Amongst statement from earlier when I made when we made the Mickey Mouse Club reference. I believe you're right. They might be too young to know.
Here's a question: what if
that's a good series.
Marvel got sold to somebody, and they actually turned Marvel into a soap opera? Would y'all watch it?
I think I'd now let's just say that there's a lot of talk about Marvel potentially changing hands. There's a lot of fanboy talk, and there's also there's a sheik who wants to buy Marvel comics in its entirety, and that would include the Marvel Studios. But that's just talk. But if they were to do a superhero based soap opera, oh hell yeah, I'd watch that. Absolutely.
Manamonk is saying nobody questioned Nick Fury. Is Coulson really dead? Steven is like breathing for him. That's right.
Right, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why even after they killed off Coulson when I first saw it and he threw the cards down, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because I was like, in the comics, Coulson's died several times. He's been replaced with life model decoys and LMDs, and it's happened.
We can nitpick Marvel all day. I mean, you ask me, they didn't do enough with Vision. All right, they didn't do enough with Vision. He like I don't know much about Vision, but I had everybody tell me how powerful Vision is in the comics, what he's made out of, what he does, and in the movies, he just stands there and gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
They last minute nerfed Vision, especially in the original Infinity Gauntlet series. Vision, Silver Surfer, and just a small handful of it was 5 that survived in the Infinity Gauntlet against Thanos at that point before Thanos made his snap. So just saying, they really nerfed Vision, and Vision was one of the survivors in the original,
right? And
well, everybody died. Every hero except for 5 died.
Right. Well, I understand why they nerfed his powers. Like they nerfed the Hulk. they didn't want to win Khan that was just sitting back, kind of like they did the Hulk in the first movie. Like they would save the Hulk for the last to go beat down on everybody, so it gives everybody else a chance to focus on the main problem. But like they should have done something with Vision to showcase his power other than lifting Thor's hammer and an off-screen death of Voltron. And that's if he really killed him. We don't even know what happened to Voltron.
All right.
Right. Yeah. I believe that Ultron is still in the network because it explained itself away that like early in he infected the internet and every system in it. So if somebody was on the internet, you're on the internet, right?
Right.
And you may have downloaded a file. If everything in the internet is infected with Ultron, and you downloaded a Steam update, that Steam update has a piece of Ultron in it, right? So you turned off your computer. By the time maybe there's this battle going on in New York, like
right.
and or wherever San Diego, where Tony Stark's from, because it was going on in San Diego at that point, and then partly in not Wakanda, but Sokovia, and between all over the world, like this one battle from San Francisco to Sokovia, I mean, they made a lot of time to get to, they took like really quick to get to Sokovia, after the whole situation where Ultron makes himself known at Tony Stark's party and so forth. And so like, I mean, that's like a matter of days, less than a matter of days. Now, so think about that and in retrospect, right? And so maybe you're in Sokovia, you turned off your computer, you didn't want to lose any information because there's this battle going on. Sokovia is by storyline, by lore, a war-torn area already, so there's not much, it's not very good, much going on, so that you want to be part of. So you're turning off your computer whenever there's like some sort of shenanigans like this going on. You turn it on after the shenanigans are over, and that one piece of Ultron is still in your computer. Now you've reinfected the entire internet, and then the Avengers have to do it all over again. It's similar to how it works in the comic books for Reed Richards and his experiences with Ultron when he invented him.
Well, look, not to kind of go back on Vision. Like, I wonder how much they paid Paul Bettany to play Vision. I believe that's the name of the actor.
Yeah, it is.
And they totally didn't give him any epic scenes. They really like, you're going to be a superhero. You just appear, and that's it. Congratulations.
Well, if you think about it, he's getting a lot of money for a role that, except for when he's in makeup and having dots put on his face for green screening, pretty much he's been Jarvis. He's been through the like the system is just as long as Brenner, Jeremy Renner, so like I don't think he's really upset about them nerfing Vision because he's still got a contract. They're still talking about doing Vision Quest. They're still talking about doing another Avengers movie where probably Young Avengers, where Vision will probably be leading the Avengers as kind of like a senior Avenger. But
look. I'm just still upset emotionally as a child here that they put a whole plot, a whole movie together to create Vision and scrapped him from being good throughout the rest of the series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Particularly that version of Vision, I'm hoping that they decide to do it right, because they, in the 80s, for like 5 or 6 years, they had Vision as White Vision. After they killed him off. Wanda decided she was going to go crazy, and the whole thought process that created this WandaVision show. It was actually a comic book,
Right.
But in the other way around, it was Vision creating the fake family, not Wanda, in the comic book. So it's pretty interesting how that went. But I think that they have time to fix certain things if they want to do it right with these TV series.
Right.
If they want to do it right, now that they've acquired more of these characters, they can alter in some of these storylines that they didn't have in there, or they can do like storylines that take place beforehand. Now, we already know that the Fantastic Four is going to be an alternate universe movie, but if they wanted to, they can go like they did with X-Men First Class and go, okay, they were thinking at the time this was going to be the same storyline until they started introducing characters at the wrong time. So now it's an alternate universe, but it was beforehand. They could fix it by doing some stuff beforehand, which is why I did approve of the way they did Black Widow.
I get what you're saying. And to answer a question I was said earlier, Disney's not going to let go of Marvel for a long time.
No, they're not. They're not going to. They have too strong of a franchise. They just built a theme park in California Adventure and in Walt Disney World and in Paris.
They have cruise ships for the Avengers, basically, for the Marvel. Yeah. So they're not going to.
There's no way they're going to let go of it anytime soon. It's making them way too much money.
Right.
Even if the movies start sucking, people still enjoy, the characters and things. They're still going to buy stuff that's got it plastered all over them. So,
but old school Marvel has these fanboys, just like old school magic. We talked about like how like a lot of people won't let go of the way magic was, and there's same people with the how Marvel was, but the fact of the matter is Marvel has been dying off since the 70s as less and less people are buying comic books throughout the years, also because of it wasn't until the 1990s when people started feeling confident about making superhero movies. I mean, let's face it, Superman was like a success eventually. It became a cult hit. It wasn't a success at first. Supergirl bombed in the theaters. Batman was like Batman and X-Men. Those were what got, Batman 89 was what got people into comic book movies. From there, X-Men,
You're missing an important movie in there. You're missing an important movie. You say Batman and X-Men, but there's legitimately an important movie in that roster that pushed comic book movies to go to. That was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Indeed. You're not wrong. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles not only pushed them in that roster, they pushed superhero everything in the 80s.
Right. And we've had a handful of superhero movies since then. Just until the X-Men came out. Like till the X-Men came out, the first X-Men movie with Jean-Luc Picard and Wolverine, right?
Yep. You mean Jean-Luc Picard and Jean Valjean from Jean Val? What's the name of his character? And I can't say the French name of the character. What it is, but chat, just spell it out for me.
Right, but like until that X-Men movie came out, no one took comic book movies as a serious thing.
Yep, and y'all are forgetting about the Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk suffered. I'm not gonna lie.
It suffered greatly. Both versions of it suffered greatly. There's some sort of curse on Hulk. Like if it's not Lou Ferrigno playing it, even the Lou Ferrigno stuff, they didn't have the animation or anything back in the 70s to do what they wanted to do with the Hulk, what the comic books depicted. The Hulk is just it's like cursed.
Yeah, like that franchise is cursed. Like I remember seeing the original Hulk movie that they did, like not the one with what's his face? Can't remember his name. But the original one they did where his dad was the bad guy.
Yeah.
That one. I can't remember the actor's name.
And that was Incredible Hulk, I believe.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk. I remember seeing that the movie theaters, and they edited that differently to be more watchable in DVD form than they did the movie theaters. Because in the movie theaters, it took them like a half an hour to almost an hour to get to the title screen. In the DVD version, they pushed it really quick.
Yeah, there's different release versions that you can get for that.
But like,
where you want to go storyline.
Even they didn't do a good enough job for the movie to make it good. And they followed a comic book structure. If you remember, they tried doing comic booky things with the Hulk, like with the cuts and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Hulk just suffered a lot.
They also see the difference between the Hulk with Eric Bana playing Hulk rather than friggin' what's his name, Edward Norton. The difference is Edward Norton he interfered with the filmmaking process. I did prefer the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton better because he wanted to go in a direction that I wanted to see done better, and that was with the television series type of feel.
Right.
And because I grew up on that 1970s, 1980s Bruce Banner walking across the countryside, making up for everything that the Hulk did wrong with his own guilt by saving people from their issues. And that was where Edward Norton kind of thought he wanted to go. And he had that, they even so much, in fact, that they redid the score from the TV series for the Edward Norton Hulk, which I dug greatly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the biggest problem thing, the Hulk series altogether, is the Hulk, the backstory to Hulk has a lot of psychological backstory that's just not entertaining to watch
or play if you're playing the video games. There's only been one good the Hulk video game, and that's the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Like
on
there's
PS2 and GameCube and stuff.
Right. But what I'm saying, there's like too much psychological backstory. It's just not amusing to watch, not amusing to play. Like all this backstory has has to explain why the Hulk rages. Because if you get infected by gamma rays, doesn't mean you're just going to start going mad for crazy. You're not going to be Jekyll and Hyde on a whim.
Right. But each rendition of the Hulk, every time they reboot the storyline or whatever, they kind of go into that. Unfortunately, the Hulk and a few other comic books in that line where it's just the main character dealing with his head. I mean, you have Silver Surfer. The entire Silver Surfer series is boring for a lot of people because it's just Silver Surfer surfing through space, eventually stumbling across somebody who needs help. And the entire comic book is him thinking because he's a mute, so it was like, okay, and everything that's going on, he's not talking to people, and unless he's subliminally sending a telepathic message to people, but through the entire comic book, he's a mute, and people find it boring. The same thing with the Incredible Hulk. Bruce Banner is dealing with himself while he's raging about and accidentally saving somebody in the Hulk comics until they make him smart or smarter throughout time. Pretty much that's what the entire storyline is about: is wrapping your head around life and what life gives you.
Well, I think Disney did a really good job with Hulk as a character in the MCU. All I think is they should have. To be honest, they couldn't do it because of rights issues. But I think they should have collaborated with Fox or whoever owned it at the time, and made a prequel film explaining the Hulk's evolution from the get-go as its own thing, like they did it with Black Widow.
Now, I'm hoping because Universal has their contract to let Disney use the Hulk in the MCU movies. I'm hoping that that extended Universal's contract with them, because with Universal's contract, they have to make a movie on these IPs every so many years.
Right.
That's
Keep
the
it
reason
fresh.
why. That's the reason why Sony is always rocking something in the Spider-Man universe. They need to do something with the Hulk IP soon, and I'm hoping that if they do, they take into consideration what they're building in the MCU now, and not have a problem like they had with the Hulk and Incredible Hulk, where they MCU had to choosingly decanonize those two movies because they didn't work. Just like the MCU had to choosingly decanonize the Ghost Rider because the sequel didn't work.
Right.
And they choosingly decanonized Elektra out of Daredevil and the whole Daredevil thing because Elektra was a cruddy movie. You know, I loved it. It was great, but it was a
Hello,
bad
TG
movie.
Gaming Bob. What's up?
What's up,
Hey,
Bob?
Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, you know, I get you. Cause like when they did Catwoman as a movie, that movie sucked.
Yeah. Because it's hard to do Catwoman and her storyline without having a Batman reference.
Right. Well, you
And
know, we're seeing the pain of that with these Spider-Man movies that are not Spider-Man movies.
yeah.
You know, MTG Gaming Bob, seeing a lot of places announce Final Fantasy collector boxes. Looks like going rate will be $6 to $6.50. Wow. If you can get one. That's right. Oh, but yeah, but you understand what I mean. Like having all these Spider-Man movies, they're not Spider-Man movies, but they're villains for Spider-Man movies, and they're suffering because they just can't bring Spider-Man in the movie, or they have to reference Spider-Man in this movie.
And
Like I
then they
said,
do it
Craven-
poorly. Oh my God. You can see with, you're right. And I'm going to use what you just said. There's an example with the Madam Web. You know, they could have done so good with that Madam Web storyline, but they're like, okay, we want to not have an elderly woman playing Madam Web. We want to reference Peter Parker, but we can't put him in there because for some reason it would make it a Spider-Man movie or whatever, and they're trying to monopolize off of Madam Web because they have to make Madam Web before they lose her out of all the IP characters in the Spider-Verse that they can lose if they don't make a movie. You know, the same thing with Kragan. You know, they'll lose the character because Kragan's also a character in the Daredevil series. So you know, they could have easily, if they didn't do something with him, Kragan could have been there because not, you know, Daredevil, you know, and also Kragan, also character regarding the Punisher, because those are street levels that do things in the same area, and they often run into Peter Parker. You know, if they don't do things with these characters, they could revert over to Marvel. So I think that's the whole reason why they like Kragan. We're going to do Morpheus. They didn't want to lose the IPs.
Right. See, Craven could have been a really good movie as what it was. It would have been a good movie, like honestly, if they didn't even write Spider-Man things into it. Like I watched Craven the Hunter. It was a decent movie. What killed it is all the Spider-Man references.
All right, see, it's Sony, and as long as they don't reference the MCU aspects, they should have just included the Spider-Man stuff in there. And I say the same thing also with the with Venom. They only wanted to use the MCU for a backdoor trailer with a little nest egg scene at the end, and with Venom, but they could have because it's Sony, they can have their own little mini universe. They're allowed to, but for some reason they're not. And that's the problem with Madam Web and a couple others. And that's, you know, I love the Venom movies, you know, but you know, they could have found a way to introduce Spider-Man, but they still have a chance. It just won't be the storyline that's accurate, you know,
right?
unless they do a prequel.
And I think the movies, that deal with Spider-Man deal with it the wrong way. Because, like, you know what would have been the perfect way to introduce Spider-Man into Craven? Because it would make sense to his character, and it makes sense to some of the plots. Because, like, there were stories, like if you ever watch Craven, there's characters who went to New York to see a person for something to advance the movie. I don't want to give too much spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way they could have introduced Spider-Man in the movie is newspapers with freaking Spider-Man on the cover.
Right. Especially since now that we've introduced J. Jonah Jameson to like every reality of Spider-Man in some form or another. They reference the Daily Bugle, and like even in the Venom movie, there's a reference to the Daily Bugle, even though he's in San Francisco, Brock's in San Francisco. They reference the Daily Bugle in a news report, So, and also Brock transferred from the Daily Bugle to San Francisco.
Right.
So I mean, they reference it, and so they did. You're right. Absolutely, they missed out. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah! I agree.
Sorry. Right. Gabe and Bob just talking about the Final Fantasy box prices and stuff. Yeah. All right. But anyways, my friends, it is that time of the show where we got to hit that lovely button right here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take, so it's lit. ep34, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. ep34 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Whoa. Everybody. It's that time of the show where we start getting to the shill section. The shill. And I have to make dinner quicker today because the wife goes to work a little bit early today and tomorrow. So gotta let go. But anyways, we're gonna start chilling. We're gonna start chilling with the Purple Man.
Yeah.
The Mugenfool.
Hey, everybody. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. I don't got no plans to stream until August, but when I do, oh boy, it's gonna be a long stream in August. Till I beat that game.
The first long stream.
I just gotta say one more thing. The first chapter took me like 2 hours to finish, so that's gonna be a long game.
What's the game? What's the game for those that I didn't hear?
Inazuma 11 Victory Road.
I have never heard of.
It's a football game. It's a football RPG.
Okay.
Not American football. Football, your football. Okay.
Proper football. Good.
Proper
good.
football. Yes.
Proper football. And now, thinking of proper football and things getting kicked around, we're going to have Hellwheeler.
Wait. Things getting kicked around. I hope you're not planning on kicking my kitties about. I already have KJ trying to tip them out of my wheelchair. I've seen some of his animations.
Hey,
Foosball.
Foosball.
But tonight, it is Wednesday, if I am correct, because we're doing a Wednesday chat and chill. It says it up on the video, so I'm trusting Tortoise knows the day. And that means it's podcast night.
Podcast.
Indeed. We are having a spy James Bond theme tonight. Ooh. We've also got a guest on, hopefully, as long as they're still up for it. If you think you have anything to add to the James Bond topic, let us know. Maybe you can also join us on the show tonight. But we're going to have a good old chat. And I believe the ultimate question is going to be answered. And for that, KJ, what is the ultimate question that will be answered tonight?
37.
Oh, I thought the ultimate.
42.
I thought the ultimate question to the stream was why is GoldenEye the best game in the series?
Because it was on the N64, and the N64 had the best controller ever.
Yeah, where's your face gone?
Yeah,
my face disappeared.
Yeah, your OBS is showing up. No OBS. Did you stop the camera? Hey,
there you are.
Cat. I blame the cat.
Spy stuff like that tonight.
I blame the cat.
You blame cat.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. As Jesse said, we are going to be discussing the ultimate question: who is the true James Bond? Now, everybody says Sean Connery, but be true to yourself. We all know it's Timothy Dalton. And
Pierce
tonight we will
Brosnan,
solve
come
that.
on.
Who's Timothy Dalton?
Timothy
See,
Dalton.
they don't even know who Timothy Dalton is.
Who's
Was he a throwaway character? Was he a throwaway character?
He was James friggin' Bond in 2 movies, and then they recast him with Pierce Brosnan, who was just a Timothy Dalton ripoff.
No, Pierce Brosnan. They just chose Pierce Brosnan for the looks.
You know, he acted the exact same character where every other James Bond acted out a different character. Pierce Brosnan acted out Timothy Dalton's Bond.
All right.
No, Timothy Dalton was just hijacking the advance on it. But you get to hear all of this tonight.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
you're gonna hear more about this tonight.
Sorry. I'm very passionate about this, so help me with my passion tonight. But if you guys want to do me a favor, right now I'm going to put this up on the stream. If you could help, that'd be awesome. A few people in the community know what's going on, but thank you.
Go Fi.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Yeah. And if you got community posts, you could definitely put that in the post section of your YouTube.
Yeah, I did already.
All right. Hey, Billy.
Hey, everybody. This afternoon around 2 o'clock, I'm going to be playing some arena. Might try climbing a ladder again. But we'll be doing some arena gameplay. So if you want to see some arena gameplay, come on by and also hit that like button. And if you ain't subscribed to everybody here, make sure you go follow their channels and subscribe to them.
All right. Go. Foosball. Take a picture of Hillbilly's face really quick. Snapchat it. Not Snapchat it. Screenshot it. Share it to someone without telling them what it's about.
Put it on the Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
Instagram.
Hey everybody, it is Super Fast Tortoise here. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. It's Wednesday. It's usually a live night, doing something live. But I don't know. Just keep chill, track, go watch Hellwheeler, KJ do their thing. Watch Hillbilly do the thing. I'll try to figure out something to do tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm still thinking of like chores I have to do, so my brain is just dead. And
Play some foosball.
Foosballs for the devil. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, everybody here on this show. From Hillbilly, Mugenfool, Hellwheeler, and kjcowboydan. You guys rock, you guys roll, and everybody in chat. What? Thank you for stopping by, hitting that like button, subscribing, doing the subscribe thing. But anyways, I want to remind you all that you are amazing. You're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, make someone's day a little bit brighter, because you might be the change someone needs to get through the day. So with that, my friends, we're going to get to the awesome outro scene.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the